There we go. Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
And
And
Grandpa Munster.
oh dear God.
Wait, let's do this again. And Mew back from the dead.
Wait, hold on. Let me we're totally stalling for time here, but let me pull up my sound effects board. Do that one more time. And
Mew back from the dead. Thank you, invisible audience. Thank you. God, this is the first So You Want to Be an Imagineer podcast I've been on since August 25th, 2014.
Dear God, it's been over 2 years.
Yeah, over 2 years. Almost in 2 days, it will be 2 years and a month.
Oh wow!
So the last one I did was Tim Burton's Hansel and Gretel, which is terrifying. You should all watch it.
You briefly appeared on the channel during the Chip and Dale Treehouse video we did, where you were holding the camera and you were kind of giving a little bit of commentary.
Oh yeah, That's back when I worked for the company, and I was like, "These guys are gonna get us all arrested." No, we wouldn't have gotten arrested. The cast members were actually laughing at us.
You know what? I fully embrace that, and I just thank God for YouTube, because YouTube has made it just acceptable for people to just be idiots on camera, and people just walk by and just like, oh, they're shooting a video, right on.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
when I did Cloverdale, I didn't have that luxury.
Oh, really?
No, because when we did Cloverdale, YouTube was like just starting up. Like YouTube was in its infancy.
I remember those days.
Cloverdale, just like running around a theme park yelling about like conspiracies about like radioactive giraffes and stuff. Literally, the whole finale is just my friend on a train that just screaming his head off as he goes around. It's great.
I gotta see that.
Yes, you do. I'm gonna try and make a point to maybe bring it with me on my next trip if you have an hour to kill one day.
All right, well, I'm down.
Okay, fair enough. So
we have excellent news for you all today. I'm sure most of you are in school today because it's Friday, or other commitments. But when you guys get home, you're gonna click on the So You Want to Be an Imagineer Season 13 discussion thread, and you're gonna see a link posted. Huh?
The discussion thread's actually been kind of dead for a while.
But they'll see something's been posted, and they'll go, "That's a new video. What is it? What does Tiki have in store for us today?" And everyone's favorite carnivorous plant will be on the screen. Which reminds me, I have to show you something at the end of this podcast.
Okay.
So, anyways, what is this excellent news, Tiki?
The excellent news is that Season 14 of So You Want to Be an Imagineer is coming. It's not coming next year, because next year during the slot, our Michael's going to be hosting his amazing race competition, which I'm excited about. But in 2018, we're doing So You Want to Be an Imagineer Season 14 and ManEatingWreath. This is excellent. You and I are teaming up once again.
Yep.
Now, people who haven't followed the game through its inception, Season 6, still one of the best seasons we've ever done.
Yeah.
That was a season where you and I first worked together. We first came up with the whole idea of splitting up the teams, because back before then it was all every man for himself type projects. We came up with PO MVP. We came up with a lot of cool projects. And then, did we ever work again after Season 6? Work together?
Yes. And what's funny, the reason why Season 6 even happened, like with us being conjoint game masters, what happened was during Season 5, which I played in, what happened was the season was kind of dropping off, like in activity for some reason. I think it
was probably because of Mater being eliminated early.
Yeah, something like that. And what happened was I created League of Dreamers, which has been revived multiple times.
Yes, it has.
I don't think it's ever finished all the way through.
I don't think so either. It's one of those funny things. Yeah.
Yeah, which is it's too bad because it's a cool concept. It just never works out.
Oh.
But League of Dreamers, I created that, and then I remember you're kind of like, "Hey, like I'm doing a contest still. Why is this happening?" And I was like, "Oh, sorry, I'll cancel."
Honestly, I'm gonna be like completely honest with you. I was a little bit pissed.
Yeah, no, I knew you were. I was like, "Oh, this guy's mad at me."
Because I was like, who is this kid coming in and like starting a new contest when I'm trying to do season 5 and season 5's not working out? Like, what the fuck, man?
And it was crazy because I got like 20 people to play.
Right, and that just totally threw me off because I'd been hosting So You Want to Be an Imagineer for a while. Mm-hmm. We got 12 people to play in season 4, but other than that, all the other casts were like 7 people apiece.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, so from that, we kind of just were like, well, why don't we like combine our ideas and like make something of that?
Because so then you were on the board for quite a while. If I remember correctly, you were on the board before I even came on.
For what?
For VF.
No, you were before me.
Was I? Okay.
You were, if I have really photographic memory, your join date was like 2005. And mine was April 2020. Mine was April 2008.
The one thing with the join date for me on VF is that I kind of frequented VF as kind of like a lurker for a while, okay. So I did have an account there, but I didn't really start posting until So You Want to Be an Imagineer.
I remember as far back as season 2.
Okay.
But I didn't play until season 5.
But you definitely had a presence on the board. I think one of the big things you contributed to, obviously, was the opening brainstorming threads, Disney Australia, stuff like that.
Yeah, I am the source of open brainstorming.
Yes, you are.
I created it. Well, I didn't create it. It was based off of something else I saw, but I coined the term.
But season 9, I believe that might have been the last project that we worked on together.
No, I played in season 9.
Oh, you did. I'm sorry.
The last one we did together was season 7. So 7 seasons ago was the last one, and then 7 seasons later we're back together.
That's crazy.
Because season 8 I did by myself with King Mickey.
And I played in that one, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Season 9, I was a contestant. Season 10, I was a contestant.
Season 11, you won, and then season 12, I played.
Yeah, that's right. Season 11, I won. I don't remember. I won by. I didn't even like turn in like a semifinals or finals project. I won based off of popularity. You remember that? I had the Chilliance.
Yes, I do remember the Chilliance.
Like I made friends with everybody, and like I kind of just won that way, and I didn't deserve it, but I won. So,
and also I believe that was the year I probably should have had Monkey in the finals.
Yeah, Monkey got screwed.
Yeah, he did.
And then
because really, it's kind of funny because I think Monkey's kind of moved on from Armchair Imagineering to a certain extent. It's like
it's too bad.
He was so great for so long. He really kind of came to his own with his style.
Rob is a comedic genius. I've learned.
Oh my god, absolutely.
Anything Rob says is funny. Well, not like if it's something sad, but if it's something, you know what I mean. But sure. Season 12, I was in charge of with Trevor.
That's right. It
was Trevor and I. And then season 12 is around the time that bots took over Vision's Fantastic.
Oh, yes. Oh, that was fun. That was so fun.
That was awful. That was brutal. And then we made
it was basically just like Chris, the admin for VF, kind of left me in charge. And then what the fuck happens when I'm in charge?
It's like then we had that mass exodus over to WDW Magic.
Which is the best thing that could possibly happen for us.
Huh?
That was, I think, the best thing that could have possibly happened for us.
Oh, yeah. No, the board, even before the bots took over, VF was dying.
Absolutely.
There was like a heyday. I know we're like totally reminiscing and not announcing what we were.
I think season 8 was probably like the big heyday, probably like season 7, season 8, like that era. And then I think maybe PM Gate kind of scared a few people away. Season 10 was a little bit of resurgence, but seasons 11 and 12, really, those were the two that we kind of struggled to get through.
Yeah, those were that was the end. That was like the end of an era.
Season 12, I remember that was like I was very conflicted about that season because I actually I was playing in it, but I don't know. To tell you the truth, I'm still like not entirely comfortable with the fact that both of us had won and we're both hosts.
Yeah.
I feel like there's something just a tiny bit disingenuous about that.
You won season 12, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that was. Oh
But
god,
I won it against Snoopy, who was like barely in it.
Yeah, that was a rough season.
It was. It was hard to get through.
I don't know why it did. There was something I was thinking it would be like season 8. I was like, it's gonna be smooth. I'm like, it's gonna be like Tiki's playing.
I literally don't even remember like a lot of the projects or a lot
I
of what
don't
happened.
To be honest, I don't either. But nonetheless, we're back in action. I think season 13 was a huge success. Like all like strategic hiccups aside and everything, I think season 13 was a great way to bring the game back. And I just hope that season 14 we can focus more on Imagineering, you know?
Well, before we get to season 14, let's kind of talk to you a little bit about your experiences playing season 13.
Season 13.
So, if I remember correctly, we had the whole murder mystery twist. Like, you and I kind of came up with it.
Yeah, we came up with that back in whenever season 12 was. So
I
probably
want to say it was even earlier than that. I want to say it was more like we came up with the concept around season 9 that we were gonna use for 13.
No, what we did, we wrote down like a timeline of what was gonna follow.
Okay.
Like we had this is before season 8. So we had a timeline. We had season 8 was going to be Clash of the All-Stars. Season 9 was Outcast Island.
Right.
Season 10 was something. I think season
11. Season 10 was going to be the Menace of Mystic Point or something like that.
Yes. And then I think season 11 or 12, we were going to try to do All-Stars again.
Oh dear.
And that didn't work out. And then season 13, though, we always planned to be like a murder mystery haunted mansion theme.
Right.
And it kind of evolved more into an adventurers club kind of a C kind of theme, I feel like.
It did, but that was definitely after we kind of established the channel and Adventure Blue Dew kind of established himself as like the resident expert in all things C, because he talks about that all the time when he comes on. So
I love C. C is amazing. So yeah, this has been planned. Season 13 has been planned for a very long time. Very long time.
It's kind of amazing how well the killer twist worked out. So let's kind of talk about that, because we recruited you for the killer twist. You signed on, like, you were very hesitant about signing on.
Well, what's funny is I wasn't even supposed to play. I was an alternate, remember?
Right.
So it's I knew my summer was going to be busy and my fall. I went on vacation to Disney World.
Yes, you did, right when I was in Disneyland.
We missed each other by a week.
By like a day. Like literally
you're right,
a day.
And then I was directing my first show. So I knew it was going to be rough playing. And I was like, listen, like I can play, but I'm not going to be the best contestant. I
made it to 4th place, so there you go.
I did. And you know what? I honestly think it's because I was a killer. I know I got found out the moment I killed somebody, which
yes, you did.
In hindsight is fine, but I really survived off of the Museum of the Weird for a few rounds.
No, that's true. I don't think you would have gone nearly as far as you did without the Museum of the Weird.
Yeah, like being in there was probably like a crutch for me. I'm like, well, no one else is doing anything, so I could totally BS the Salacious Crumbs Giggle Gas Express attraction.
Exactly.
And which is probably my favorite thing I've ever done, not gonna lie. But yeah, you get the Giggle Gas Express. I survived off of that, got back in the game, and then like there was a point where before I was in school, I was only rehearsing at night. So I was like, okay, I'll do this project by day and then rehearse at night. And I did as much as I could, but being completely honest, the PM format I'm not used to the PM format. Like back in my day when I played this game, we on Vision's Fantastic, we had threads for every project.
I mean, I don't think that would work on WDW Magic, because
it wouldn't. There's so many threads going on all the time.
There's so many active threads going on WDW Magic, and I think the one thing with the PMs is that it just kind of like it makes it so like it kind of solved the problem of like the big problem we had, I don't really ever think it became an issue, but it was definitely something people brought up, was like how you could just like literally see all the progress that the other team was making like right there on the forum.
That's what I liked. I was like, I could see how far ahead they are, and then like if my team's still falling behind, I could be like, oh, hey guys, we suck.
I mean, yeah, but I feel like the mystery of that definitely
true. I can see where you're coming from on that.
It enhances the challenge a little bit.
It's something for me. It was something for me to get used to.
Although one thing I will say is that one of the problems with the team format was like I would try and switch up the players. I would try and do swaps. Literally, like almost every single time, it was like there'd be one team that had like a ton of brainstorming, and then another team that had like 5 pages.
Yeah, that's a good point. So, but being honest, I'm really impressed with the work ethic of the contestants this season.
Oh, yeah.
Figments, Space Mountain, I'm trying to think of other people.
Well, Figments and Space were like the two that...
I was almost certain that one of those two was going to win the season.
There seemed like there was going to be a long spell where Figment just wasn't being targeted, and I was actually like kind of surprised by that because she was such a strong player.
No, yeah,
and Space had kind of been targeted like throughout the season because everyone knew that Space was going to kick ass. But no, Figment, I distinctly remember like Michael and Mickey fan were having their conversations in the killer group, and they were like having hit lists. And literally, Figment would be like at the bottom of the hit list. Like they actively wanted to go to the end with Figment, and that of course changed. That changed by the time we got to Final 6. But like for a while there, it was like, oh my god.
No, you're right. You're for those of you who don't know, spoiler alert. I don't know if you revealed this. I was in the group chat for the killers the whole time, even after I wasn't a killer anymore.
It was a tricky situation. Yeah, and I kind of just played it like. You kind of actively had the power of the vote. Like, if you wanted to screw over the killers, you could. And that was kind of up to you.
I didn't really... Yeah, like, I basically... I had their identity at my hands. I didn't really take advantage of the whole gameplay aspect of, hey, I'm still friends with the killers. I can use them to get out people I don't want to win.
Right.
In hindsight, I could have done that, but I wasn't particularly keen on it. Like, I'd make suggestions here and there, and I'd agree with things. But, like, I wasn't as into it as the others were. Like, dang, like, they ran with this killer's twist.
No, like, Michael and Mickey fan were amazing this season.
I was shocked. I was like, wow, like, I don't think I've ever, not since Season 8, have I seen a secret power been taken so seriously.
No, you know what? I am going to take that a step further. Like, I've had experience playing, like, Survivor games on Facebook, and that shit gets really intense, like really fucking personal and intense, and I would never do it again. But just because of how intense it gets.
Yeah,
but
tell me about that.
Yeah. But like literally the whole scheme that Mickey Fan and Michael came up with about how I reassigned the killers and how they would like misquote me and shit like that. Like, that is a level of strategic gameplay I haven't even seen in the ORGs. Like, I haven't even seen something like that done in the Facebook games.
No, you're totally right. And not only that, hold on just a moment. My mom was texting me.
Yeah, sure. No, it's just, it's just kind of taking the game kind of outside the lines a little bit, but in such a creative way. And I did kind of have a problem with that. I did kind of like, not a problem with what they were doing, but definitely a problem with like me kind of being caught in the middle of all of it.
And this murder twist as a whole reminds me of Season 8's Stylos Powder.
I mean, maybe.
Like, it reminds me of that. For those of you who don't know, Season 8, I was in charge of that season with King Mickey. I created this power named after a Legend of Zelda enemy. And this power, basically, if you got it, which you had to submit a really detailed personal project to get it, if you got it, you were able to overthrow the team leader's nomination for the elimination. You were able to overpower all the votes, and you were able to eliminate someone even if they were like immune.
Damn.
So it's like this power if you had it, you could get out any person you wanted.
Which I did. Thank you very much.
Which you did, yeah. Tiki used, I think, Jesse Studio.
Yeah, because the thing was, I was a team leader, and I couldn't get it because team leaders couldn't get it. So
that's right.
And also, Trevor was my co-team leader. That was like the one season we did co-team leaders.
Trevor's a funny guy, too, now that I think about it.
I really want to meet Trevor sometime.
I almost did in Florida. Anyways.
I know you did. I know.
Anyways, so Trevor... Okay, so you guys got that power.
We teamed up. We had an alliance very early on.
Mm-hmm.
And
wiped out Disney Sun.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because Disney Sun was like the guy. He was like the guy that would have taken the win and just absolutely like ran with it.
Yeah, he was very much like Space Mountain.
I would actually wager to say Disney Sun in his prime is even more powerful than Space Mountain.
This guy was...
Because, like, in his prime, he was unstoppable. I mean, he was just, like... And it got to a point, honestly, like, in Season 9, where I kind of felt like he almost had a little too much detail sometimes.
I forgot he played in Season 9.
He got to second place.
We were in an alliance in Season 9.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, PM Gate. Yeah, that's right. That's another story for another day, but...
Oh, yeah. Not today.
Back to Season 13. I really enjoyed it.
Any standout projects that you worked on?
Oh God, let's see. I really enjoyed creating a new sea character. I thought that was fun. I didn't necessarily care for our final product as much as I would have liked to have. I thought the Jaguar Cub was a little too similar to Chandu, the Tiger Cub. Yeah, that's just my opinion. But I did like that
we were actually the one that kind of brought that up to Adventure Blue Did, and I.
Yeah, I was like, guys, I liked that we went the Lost World aspect, of course.
And I still feel bad for, like, when I was reviewing that project on the podcast, I totally missed that it wasn't time travel.
No, yeah, I remember watching that, and I was like, huh? I was like, no, I'm like, it's Arthur Conan Doyle.
Yeah, I feel bad about that.
That's okay. Don't worry about it.
You know what? I think one of the projects I really do kind of want to pursue after the season's over is kind of looking back on all the projects with more detail than I got a chance to on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
That's for another time.
Mm-hmm. If I had more time, because I was in school at the time, I would have enjoyed doing the Cinderella Castle walkthrough more. I just had to throw it together, though. To be honest,
I mean, honestly, I have to. I still have to read that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's not my best. To give you a short rundown of it.
I mean, you were the one person that actually submitted something for that project. So.
Woof! It was not that great. I themed it to DrFacilier, and like the premise is there was like this ancient tribe that lived where Cinderella Castle was built. Excuse me, and they would hold ceremonies that would open into the underworld. And so anyways, when the royal family like arrived, they like vanquished this tribe and like banished them. And the last descendant of the tribe is DrFacilier. So I basically had a walkthrough of the underworld.
Nice.
So like there was like this walkthrough through tombs, through Hades' domain, and then like the finale was like a big Friends on the Other Side sequence.
And then, of course, you had the awful luck of opening the Walt's Vault and getting the one-way ticket to Museum of the Weird.
I know. I'm so upset about that.
No, I was upset too because that was the round that we did the Toontown Haunted Mansion, which even if you were busy, you still could have at least contributed a little bit.
Yeah.
And we all know how that turned out, but I won't kind of.
Which is really too bad because a Toontown Haunted Mansion is such a unique concept.
Oh,
I've also thought a Tomorrowland Haunted Mansion would be unique. If you think about it.
I'm actually slightly surprised that Disney hasn't played around with that idea before.
Like, it would work better in Discoveryland.
Sure.
If you think about maybe like there's an old house that's being partially restored, so it's like half old, half futuristic. Like it's being restored and like they found ghosts in the woodwork or whatever. But yeah,
I distinctly remember like when I forget who gave you the key to Walt's vault, but they gave you the key, and I was like, oh no, oh no. And then
Because
I
you
was
knew I
like,
would open it too.
yeah, I was like hoping, like, because obviously I'm not gonna like, I'm not gonna play favorites and be like, hey, you probably shouldn't open this. No, it's like, it's I just have to let the game play out as it's gonna play out. But oh man, that was kind of bad.
But veering off topic really quick for the Tomorrowland. There's this great blog, Ideal Build Out by Randy Savage or S.W. Wilson.
Randy Savage, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
One day I will get that man to play. One day.
He actually charges for his concept art.
Does he?
Yeah, you have to tell him what you want, and then he'll give you an estimate. I was trying to work with him on my Dream Resort thread that I'm still working on, and it just didn't work out because I don't have the money for that.
Right.
But he has an idea for a Shanghai Disney Haunted Mansion where it's set in Tomorrowland, but it's like a spaceship with aliens in it. Oh, wow. Like a crashed spaceship.
Oh.
So, I don't know. I like that idea. But anyways, back on topic to Season 13.
Sure.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, I got screwed over by Walt's Vault. But in hindsight, at the time semifinals rolled around, like, it wasn't working out for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my life was too crazy at that time. There was just too much going on. There was too much drama. It just wasn't going to work out.
Mm-hmm.
But I am going to start watching Breaking Bad on Netflix.
Are you?
A little delayed, but,
So you have not watched Breaking Bad at all?
Huh?
You have not watched Breaking Bad at all?
I have seen the first 3 episodes.
That might be something I might want to do a podcast with you about.
What, watching it like after I watch every episode?
Yeah.
Like, and don't get me wrong, I think it's a great show. I'm actually watching it with my grandma.
I'm just saying, like, it'd be fun to track, like, the reactions of someone who hasn't seen it yet, like, through the seasons.
The only spoiler I know is the one guy getting half of his face melted off.
Damn it!
Because Watch Mojo had that in one of their top 10s. And I was like, oh, I'll never watch that show anyways.
Oh, okay, that upsets me because that is actually like one of the biggest spoilers of the whole show, like
maybe
of the whole
it'll surprise
series.
me when I see it.
Possibly, but literally, like a whole season kind of revolves around that being the ending. But anyways.
Dang it!
Yeah.
Oh well.
Unfortunate.
What can you do? No, but to wrap up season 13, like I'm glad the finalists are who they are. I wish them luck. It's really any man.
Yeah, R. Michael and D Squared. I mean, definitely not the two that I would have picked out the gate.
Not at all.
D Squared, I feel like he's going to have a really hard time. I definitely feel like R. Michael's kind of in the dominant position right now. D Squared has a stigma with him, with the jury, because he went through several rounds where he wasn't really participating in the brainstorming, but he was very actively participating in the strategy.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And I don't think that's going to sit well with the jury. So I feel like that's kind of D Squared's disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
But having said that, I mean, it is anyone's game. I know R. Michael's very busy right now with school and everything, so that might affect his final project.
I thought R. Michael had a good semifinals project though, too.
Definitely. R. Michael, I think, has absolutely kind of strategically dominated the game. I think he's dominated the game even more than I did in season 8 with his strategy.
You were more prominent about it, though.
But I think that's one of the things that R. Michael's actually done better is the fact that he doesn't, like, openly brag about it.
It's quiet, yeah. That's the quiet killer.
Right.
No, but yeah, I wish them the best. I would say... I would say they weren't the two I was thinking would make it to finals. I was actually thinking Space and Figment.
I mean, I think those are kind of the two obvious names you would go to, yeah.
But I've noticed, thinking back on past seasons, the strongest, like, creative contestants, usually only one of them makes it to finals.
That's true.
Because eventually people start wising up and going, oh, that guy might win over me.
Okay, I mean, let's do the breakdown of that. I mean, like, Season 6, we had the Yensid 3. We had PL7764. Here we go, and I believe Trevor A. No,
Yes.
not Trevor A. Not Trevor A. Stitch.
It's PL Stitch.
And here we go. And here we go was kind of like the guy who was kind of leading that team, but even he wasn't like as dominant as someone like, let's say, a Basket Buddy or a King Mickey. So I would say season 6 definitely had a lot of underdogs make the finals. Season 7 was very much, let's see, that was King Mickey versus who?
Oh, geez. It was King Mickey won. It was him versus... Oh, geez.
Now I feel really bad.
I can't remember who it was.
Was it Jesse? No, it wasn't Jesse.
Wasn't a big Disney fan.
Yeah, I don't remember. I'm terribly sorry. But the point with that is season 7 is actually kind of a primary example of like Cole being the other big creative threat in that game, and him being eliminated like, pretty much at the middle of that game. That season 8 had me, Jesse, Monkey. I would say I was kind of like the big force in that, but Jesse was also very good. And of course, Disney Sun got eliminated. Yeah.
Season 8 though had a lot of strong contestants. Imagineer 2017.
I miss Imagineer 2017.
Yeah. Stratafarius.
I miss Strat too.
Disneyland DHI. Who else? Costa Freak.
Even Costa Freak was like really active that season.
Monkey. You, Adventure Blue Dude. A big Disney fan. A lot of people played that season.
Yeah.
And of course, Disney Rules.
Oh, I'm gonna win the game! Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, one of the later podcasts I did back in like 2013 or 14, Disney Rules was like a kind of really random contestant, and I created a voice for him. And
which is basically just the Mickey Mouse voice.
Yeah, but a little bit less.
Like Mickey has more of a nasally quality, but Disney Rules has this.
Nice.
Anyways, so we should probably get to the point of this podcast.
Probably, because this whole podcast is just kind of like welcoming you back, kind of shooting the shit a little bit,
rambling on.
Yeah.
we could put in the post on WDW Magic to see what the point of this podcast is. Skip to
right.
20 minutes, so 30 seconds. I don't know.
We already announced that you and I are going to be working on season 14 together.
Yes, sir.
Season 14 is going to be called Greatest Hits.
Dun,
now,
dun, dun.
I'm going to make an official announcement about that, what that title means at the end of season 13, but you can all kind of speculate until then.
Greatest Hits.
One big thing, ManEatingWreath, no strategy. Not like really the only strategy that's going to be involved in season 14 is just the natural kind of like team dynamic that evolves.
Yeah. PO MVP.
Of course.
I believe Waltz Vault's coming back.
Waltz Vault will come back, yeah, but we won't have like any Stylos Power.
Yeah, no Stylos Power, no Murder Mystery, no Outcast Island.
No ability for people to just like automatically kill people.
It's really this season's. It's going to be a real focus on going back to just playing the game.
And just kind of like, yeah, and just kind of coming up with some of the best concepts that you can.
There's nothing really, there's nothing particularly rooted in a particular IP as well. There is and there isn't. I don't know, how would you agree with that?
There's a couple projects that are going to be IP based, but
they're more accessible IPs,
right? And we're kind of dancing around the big twist for the season that I'm going to reveal later. But
it's not necessarily like a Breaking Bad or Walking Dead where like one person knows about it.
No. Right.
They're more something. We won't give it away, obviously, but it's more something like, oh, I know about this. My mom even knows about this. That kind of
exactly. It's not Disney, but it's very accessible.
Yeah, it's super, and people who like Disney typically like these things.
Good point. Yeah,
it's like you're either a Disney fan or I won't go further because I'm going to give away the IP.
Thank you. So
IP sounds like a beer.
Oh, God.
Anyways, continue.
When Blue Dragon 5 was reviewing the Breaking Bad projects, he asked me, like, what's an IP?
Intellectual property.
anyways. So season 14, let's reveal one project, just kind of give everyone a taste of what's to come.
One project in 2018.
In 2018.
So you have plenty of time to prepare. 2 years.
So one of the best final projects we did was season 4. Oh my god, it's all the way back to season 4. Wow. Season 4, we had two of the most iconic contestants to ever hit the game. We have Basket Buddy and King Mickey. King Mickey went on to win season 7 and become kind of an icon of the game. I really want him to play again one day maybe.
But we can convince him.
He always teases it too. That's what kind of bothers me. It's like he's always like, "Oh, maybe I'll play."
Maybe now that his old buddy Mew is a coast host.
Oh god.
Coast host. Co-host. Coast host.
And of course, you all know Basket Buddy from this season. He kind of made an impression, even though he didn't really stay on all that long. Basket Buddy is someone who's been with the game since season 1. So those two very iconic players. The project was, I believe, this was right around the time. Like, this was not like.
This is before Cars Land and everything.
Yeah, I want to say this was like maybe around the time that Midway Mania opened, perhaps. Not even, I don't know. I want to say it might have even been pre-Midway Mania.
DCA Makeover on Google. The first thing that comes up is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay, so this would have been in 2007.
Okay. So this was essentially right when California Adventure announced the how much was it? Like 1.2 billion?
Yes.
The $1.2 billion makeover California Adventure, which included Buena Vista Street, Cars Land, Ariel's Undersea Adventure,
Paradise Pier Rehab.
Yeah, right. With all the flat rides being kind of refurbished and everything, yeah. And stuff like that. Of course, we kind of added on to that in the future. Like, we got Grizzly Airfields, which wasn't part of that plan.
Marvel.
Of course. But the point is, what we want to do with this project is, and this is going to be kind of a project that we're going to revisit for season 14, is you are going to be charged with having 1.2 billion, and you're going to be left with the 2006-2007 era California Adventure, which was still very much a clusterfuck. And
it looked like this.
Oh god.
A water bottle. No.
Because there was nothing there. It was just clear.
The problem with DCA is they focus too much on shops and food than they did on attractions.
I mean, they focused too much on shows as well.
They didn't
theater experiences and stuff like that.
Yeah, like that's right. They had the 2 3D films.
Millionaire for a while.
Mm-hmm. They had a stomp type group before Aladdin was there.
That's right. I remember.
And then Paradise Pier had some music. So yeah, they had a focus on shows, food, and shops.
And even the big e-ticket in Soarin' Over California. I mean, I like it better now that it's Soarin' Over the World, but Soarin' Over California, glorified IMAX.
Oh, so I love Soarin' Over the World.
Soarin' Over the World, I definitely, I actually think is kind of a big improvement over California, and I know that's not a popular statement to make, but...
No, there's a lot of CGI in it, which sucks, but it's real enough that it's not terrible.
I honestly, like, I know that it's CGI, but it's not like bad CGI.
Yeah, and it's not all CGI either.
Right.
But anyways,
and not to mention the CGI makes for like some really, really spectacular set pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Taj Mahal
jumping out.
Mm.
No, Taj Mahal is actually my least favorite sequence in that whole thing, to tell you the truth.
The best one is the Great Wall of China, I think.
I agree.
And the Eiffel Tower. But yes, so this project basically, you as a contestant are remaking DCA in an alternate universe where Cars Land isn't a thing and Buena Vista Street isn't a thing. So I know, I don't remember which of the two did it, but one of them did San Francisco as the opening land instead of Buena Vista Street.
And
So-
I work in San Francisco, so like San Francisco is something that's just like woefully underrepresented in California Adventure.
It
Like
is.
literally, you go to California Adventure and it's like it just doesn't exist.
Where's the San Francisco? Well, it's like the bathrooms right across from Little Mermaid. But
Great.
but the genius of doing San
I mean,
Francisco.
they got the fucking Palace of Fine Arts. It's like, come on now.
Yeah. The genius of the San Francisco area, though, was it was able to keep the Golden Gate Bridge for the monorail, which was an iconic part of California Adventure for years. And it established a Main Street type thing because San Francisco is so unique.
Oh, definitely.
So I enjoyed that. I believe one of them turned Paradise Pier into Discovery Bay, which that's always a smart idea. But I don't know. I'm a big softie for California Screamin'.
California Screamin' is my first coaster with an inversion.
Yeah, that's it is for a lot of people actually. That was my first coaster with an inversion as well. So, but yeah, it's going to be a great project. I can't wait to see what a new generation of people can come up with.
And that's the thing. That's kind of like one of the things we're entertaining this season with season 14 is the new generation of like WDW Magic era players taking on some really revolutionary concepts.
Yeah, there's I know it's 2 years away, and I know things are subject to change, but the projects we have lined up are pretty stellar. There's nothing that's too complicated and nothing that's too easy.
Yeah, it's definitely going to give an emphasis on the creative game rather than the strategic game for sure.
And I know that's something that the other contestants were looking for this season. It's a good way to reintroduce classic So You Want to Be an Imagineer to a different community.
Definitely.
And I know it's 2018. That's it's a long ways from now.
I will have a major announcement about the major twist. The twist is just going to involve how we selected the projects. It's not going to be anything gameplay related.
Yeah.
And if you guys can already figure it out by how vague we're being about it. So
we're being pretty vague.
Yeah. All right.
They'll debate about it.
Hopefully. I'd like to see a discussion about it.
I would too. Let's get some activity in that thread.
Yeah. All right. So, ManEatingWreath, thanks so much for joining us. We will probably be seeing more of you on this channel because it seems like you're a little bit more free now, which is great.
A little more free. I'm not at nighttime, so I will never be on with Blue Dragon 5. But those of you who don't know, I made a bad impression on Blue Dragon 5.
I don't think Dragon's gonna be too remiss about you not being able to join him.
It's okay. Just long story short, look up Ron Jeremy Wrecking Ball on YouTube.
Oh dear God.
Really quick before we close out this podcast, I have to show you something.
Okay.
So give me just a second. I need to grab my computer charger and what I need to show you. So if you want to talk about season 14 a little more, feel free.
Hurry.
I'm going.
And then also, ManEatingWreath is going to be on with us for a relaunch of the Scary Adventures podcast, which is one of the most popular podcasts on the channel that we haven't done in a number of years, probably since he did the Hansel and Gretel Tim Burton thing. We're definitely going to be talking about Ghosts of Disneyland, scary stuff that's happened, maybe potentially some scary cast member experiences that he's had, maybe some creepy guests that he's experienced. I don't know quite the logistics of that, if he's allowed to even talk about stuff like that, but I definitely, Scary Adventures, ManEatingWreath, definitely want to relaunch that. That's kind of going to be the thing on the channel I'm most looking forward to doing. And is he back?
What did you talk about?
I talked about Scary Adventures.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get that back on track.
Yeah, we are.
So a friend of mine made this for me. I might have showed you this. A friend of mine made this for me as per my request for decoration. Made this about 2 years ago, 2014 actually. So get ready.
Oh God.
It's a ManEatingWreath.
Oh my God. Yes. Yes.
It was actually for our Christmas caroling, and we decorated our van to Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's
so
great. That's great.
We had a jack-o'-lantern on the dashboard with a Santa hat on.
Did they know about you being ManEatingWreath?
No one really knows about that. That's like
well,
my double life.
Disney cast members know about it because I had people in the tiki room come up to me and be like, so there's definitely people that recognize us now.
Really?
After you've worked at Disneyland.
Really?
Yeah.
People know me from Disneyland. I still have friends there who work there, obviously, but like people when I worked there, even people would recognize me from like Indiana Jones. Like they would be. There was one night I was doing guest control actually, and I was talking to some. No, I was doing Indiana Jones. I was doing seatbelts, and the girl in the front row of the Jeep goes, "Hey, Garrett," and I was like, "Hi." I didn't know who she was. She goes, "You really helped me out the other night on the parade route. Thank you." And I was like, "What did I do?" And she's like, "You got me a good seat." And I was like, "Oh, you're welcome. Bye."
Nice.
So, when people recognize me,
yeah.
huh? That's cool. Well, yeah, I don't really. Some people know about ManEatingWreath. Mostly the people I'm closest to, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of my ex-girlfriends know about it. My mom and dad know about it. My brother, like just the people I'm closer to, because that this is something I want them to see, not necessarily like an acquaintance.
Of course.
But yeah, it's a double life.
Okay. Well, Garrett, I'm gonna end out by showing you something that's much, much, much cooler than a physical ManEatingWreath. All right, I'm not sure if you're ready for this.
Is it Hipster Donald?
No, it's not. Don't give me any ideas.
Good.
All right, so you remember back in the 90s they had that little thing called Pogs?
No.
You don't remember Pogs?
No.
The little round, the cardboard round disc things that you would collect?
Yes, now I remember.
Okay, Pogs, yeah. Well, Garrett, not only do I have Pogs, but I have Knott's Berry fucking Farm Pogs.
Wow. Those are old.
Knott's Berry Farm Pogs.
That's cool.
And with that, I will end the podcast, guys. Season 14 coming summer 2018, and Knott's Berry Farm Pogs. Be jealous.